My Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Let me say to you, welcome back. And we trust that you are having a great day, a great time. And we trust that these sessions have been a real blessing to you. And I am blessing you by coming to you via YouTube and bringing the word to you as Yahuwah gives it to me to give to you. And so I want to thank you because you have subscribed, you are liking the sessions, and you are sending your comments, and you are praying for me. And I thank you. Cannot pay you for all of what you're doing in helping to promote this channel, the journey back to Abaya. And so we're going to ask you, my brothers and my sisters, that you continue to like, continue to encourage your friends and loved ones to subscribe, like, send a comments, and those who know Yahuwah by the pardon of their sins. Yahuwah had pardoned them. They are walking with Yahuwah. They are serving him in spirit and in truth, or in ruach and in truth. That they continue to pray and continue to share this channel with their friends and loved ones also. So we pray and trust that you are doing great. And remember, my brothers and my sisters, there's nothing too hard for Yahuwah. All we have to do is tell it to him and be patient and wait for him to bless. Praise his holy name. We're in Psalm 40, and we finished verse 11 in the last session, and we are going to go to verse 12. Psalm 40, verse 12, we're dealing with a song of deliverance. Praise his holy name. And so in verse 12, David said here, listen, let's go back. It said, withhold thou not thy tender mercies from me, O Yahweh. Let thy loving kindness and thy truth continually preserve me. Okay? So hear what it said in verse 12. For innumerable evil have compassed me about. Okay. For innumerable evil. Innumerable evils. That means the word innumerable here is what he's talking about, that he can't count them. He cannot number them. There's so many. It's like you start counting, and you reach certain part in the numbering, counting, you miscount. Because there's so much. all kind of people coming up against him. The enemies coming up against him. Family members coming up against him. My brothers and my sisters, when your own family member come up against you, you know you're in a lot of trouble. Oh my goodness. This is time for you to stop and think. Consider, you know. And then don't do anything drastic. Cry out to Yahweh for help. Cry out to Yahweh for help. Because my brothers and my sisters, when Yahweh answers, when he works, he does things better than you and I. Okay? He gives the just. Sometimes, you know, living up to us, we either going to go too little or too much. Like when he was punishing our ancestors for their wrongs and he put them in the hands of the enemies, the enemy never do too little. They always do too much. Either. And this is one of the reasons why Yahweh turned back and also punished them, because they went beyond what Yahweh said. They went beyond what Yahweh said. Okay. So, innumerable. You can't count them. Innumerable evils have compassed me. It's all around. Compass me about. All around him. And listen what he said here. My iniquities, that is, iniquity here, my brothers and sisters, is all kind of sins. And we're going to come to that. My iniquities have taken hold upon me. Okay. My iniquities. Look at the word iniquity here. Because the word iniquity is Arvan. Arvan. I say Avon. It's spelled Arvan. It's spelled Arvan, but the pronunciation is Avon. Okay? Avon. And what is word here is iniquity. Is iniquity. It is guilt. It is punishment for iniquity. Aleph, Vav, and Nun. This is the word Avon. Okay, and so here we see that when we're dealing with iniquity, we're talking about faults. Something out of faults. Somebody's at fault. It's faults. It's iniquity. It is mischief. And then there's punishment of iniquity. It's sin. That's what it is. Come from the word ovon, and I didn't have my Bible open to these verses, but let me give you a couple of verses, and if you have your pen and you know you're following me, and you have your pen and some paper, I want to put 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 9. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 9. And also Psalm 51 verse 5. And also Psalm 51 verse 7. Okay? Write them down. So 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 9. Then Psalm 51 verse 5, and also verse 7. Psalm 51. So let's say Psalm 51 verses 5 and 7. Okay? Avon. Come from the word Ava. Perversity. Moral evil. Fault. Iniquity. Mischief. Punishment, punishment of iniquity, of punishment of sin. It's right there. It means to destroy or to perish. To destroy or to perish. And it is an Aramaic corresponding word to abad. It means to destroy or to perish. To break something, to destroy or to, auction. Not escape. The person cannot escape. He's going to fail. I don't care what the person does, he's going to fail. He's going to lose. He's going to cause to make or to perish or to, to spend. To perish or to spend mean that the person, it doesn't matter what, he just not going to, they may survive for a while. Some people are wallowing in the sin, saying a lot of things and doing a lot of evil in the sin. But my brothers and sisters, sooner or later, are going to catch up on them. Okay? They come from a primitive root, properly to wander away. You remember like when Cain killed his brother, when he slew Abel, Yahweh told him that, look, I'm going to let you wander away. Just go. Wander. We're going to be a wanderer. A wanderer. We're going to lose oneself. But in other words, he was perishing from the time he killed his brother until the time he died. Even though he lived a couple of years, he still was not right. Miserable in his life. By implication, he caused to perish. To destroy, break, destroy. You're not going to escape. You're going to fail. And my brothers and my sisters, those who don't turn to Yahweh and die in the sin, they're going to perish in the sin. They're going to spend eternity in hell with the devil, Hasatan. They're going to be undone utterly. They're going to be void of. And they're going to have no way to flee. That's what he's talking about there. No way to flee. So, when we talk about iniquity here, he said, mine iniquity have taken hold upon me, so that I am not able to look up. Sometimes when people are going through turmoil and stuff in their lives, and sometimes it's overwhelming, right? And the time when we're supposed to be looking up to Yahweh, the time when we're supposed to be looking up, we spend our time in grief. It's the same. Sometimes you lose loved one and the grief overtake a person. And then the person starts looking up to Yahweh and trusting Yahweh and believing his promises. Not able to do it. They spend more time, in a grieving situation where they're not hearing from Yahweh, and it just burdening them down the more, you know what I'm saying? But to look up here is the word Ra'ah. Resh, Aleph, and He. Ra'ah. It means to see. You can't see. You can't see what Yahweh is doing. Okay, so because he was going through all of these different issues, and Yahweh is blessing him, but he don't see it that way. When he said, don't remove your tender mercies from me, he can't see that Yahweh has already forgiven him. But the grief is so much and is confused. We can get confused and miss what's going on. I mean, Yahweh's blessing you, so what's the problem? What's the need? But we can't see because we are taken up with other stuff. And Yahweh wants us, my brothers and my sisters. Yahweh wants us to read his word and believe in whatever he tells us to do. Okay? He wants us to read His Word, and whatever grief we're going through, raw to see. We got to look up, my brother, my sister. Advice, we want to show ourselves. We can, in the sight of others, we got to see that we're going to let them see. Still, we're going to surely tell them, we're going to think, we're going to view. You can't see because too much. No. Take all of that out of your mind and look to Yahweh. And what He's doing is blessing you, but you have to be able to see what He's doing. Because if you can't see His blessing in your life, even you're going through trouble sometime, you'll keep on complaining and unthankful, because He's blessing you in such a way that you can't see. And He wants you to see. Praise His holy name. Hallelujah. He wants to see. Numerous application this thing to direct and apply it. It's direct and it's implied. It's direct and it's implied, my brothers, because advise self to appear, you approve, and to see, behold. Certainly you have to consider, my brothers and sisters. We have to be able to discern, make to enjoy what Yahweh is doing in your life. Have experience. Gaze upon what Yahweh is doing in your life. Gaze upon Him. Take heed to yourself and do the things that Yahweh wants you to do. And my brothers and sisters, be joyful. Look up. Look on. Look to one another for help and one another, to the way of support. And then help to encourage one another, because my brothers and sisters, when you're going through those kind of stuff, and you're looking to Yahweh, and you're trusting Yahweh and all of these things, and you're sharing with other people, it helps to strengthen them too. They're strengthened. I'm strengthened when I hear someone give their testimony and talk about, the situation and how Yahweh is blessing them even in the time, and how Yahweh delivering them and so on. How present yourself to Yahweh, my brothers and sisters. He see what's going on. Yahweh, He perceive it. Present yourself to Him. He provide for you. He has respect for you. You must respect Him. Let others see. Let one another see. Show yourself worthy. Show yourself that Yahuwah is doing something great in you. He's doing something. He lives in you. He's working His purpose out in you. You have to show it, my brothers and sisters, in the sight of others. Excuse me. You got to show it. You have to visualize it. Think about it. View it. Surely, my brother, my sister, Yahuwah is doing marvelous things, and you got to show it. Excuse me. Sorry, said here. It is the iniquity, are taking hold on him so that he's not able to look up. They are more than the ears of my head. That means there's a lot, a lot of things. A lot of trouble is going through a lot, And he's going through a lot. But my brother, my sisters, even ain't going through a lot there. I want to look at the word there more than he hears on his head. The word head there is rosh. Rosh. Resh, Aleph, and Shin. Rosh. And my brother, my sisters, what he talk about here, he talk about the head. He talk about the head. He talk about like the band, the captain, the company, come from an unused root apparently, meaning to shake the head. you know, most easily shaken. Shake the head. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Yahweh is there, my brother, my sister. And it's literal or figuratively. You know, in many applications in one place. You know, we can think about the time, we can talk about the rank, we can talk about beginning, you know. We can talk about a man, we can talk about every man, we can talk about how excellent things, you know. We can talk about the forefront, we can talk about the height, we can talk about the height, you know, parts, we can talk about priests, we can talk about the lead, and the person who leading, you know, poor, principal, ruler, the sum, the top. You know, we can talk about, you know, the head in so many different ways. You know, but Yahweh is right there, my brothers and my sisters. You know, it's right there. He said, therefore, he said, my heart faileth me. Azab is the word there, faileth. I continue to fail. It's failing me. Azab. Another word. He talk about itself. He talk about to leave or to forsake or to lose. You know, Azab. Ayin, Zayin, and Bait. Excuse me. You know. And my brothers, my sisters, what he's talking about here, excuse me, talk about once you commit self, right? That to forsake or to fortify or to help or to leave destitute, to cut off, refuse, to loosen, to relinquish, to commit self or to fail or to forsake or to fortify, help, to leave destitute, like I talked about before. To refuse, surely, my brothers and my sisters. Yahuwah, he said, therefore my heart faileth me. All of these different things that are happening to him. You know, at times, don't you feel like that sometimes? Or it's only me who feel like that sometimes? Yahuwah promised, my brothers and my sisters. Yahuwah promises that he will not leave us nor forsake us. So even when we're going through trouble and then we're going through all kind of stuff we're going through, Yahuwah promised that he's going to be right there with us. So my brothers and my sisters, we come to the end of verse 12. And we're going to ask you to be a blessing to someone today. And do not fail to walk with the King. Shalom.